Welcome back to the Inner Alchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to be covering these YouTube streets for the week of June 8th through June 15th. Please go ahead and like this video. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you have your notification bells on. So, as you know, myself and fellow YouTuber Kakoa Gon Tell It did a show premiere or episode last week. It was pretty impromptu. It really wasn't planned. We were actually going to finish part of the MELOMETER interview, but the streets was drying up, and I said, you know what, let me wake the streets up and put out some different type of content, just to keep us all entertained and interested in passing. So we came up with that show on the fly, and you guys saw what it was about. Now, in that episode, there was a lot of personal things going on. I think we both had been in our little rifts, but I'm here to tell you that this show is completely neutral. I don't have any issues with anybody whatsoever, and I pray that all hearts are softened towards me because I'm just here having fun. I think everybody needs to lighten up. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? Just make content. Just keep making content. I know some of you have asked if I'm going to be changing up my channel. The truth is that my channel is going to be a variety show. So if there's going to be content on there for each different side of my creative spirit and personality. If there's something that you don't really care to see, you're going to just have to scroll past it and pick out something that you do want to see, right? So I do want to mix it up. I want to do just a mixture of things. I don't want to be cuckolded into one thing, because then in that case it's just another job, and I'm trying to really work at doing things that I love and not things that I feel bound to. So that's what it's going to be about. And like I said, if you're not interested, the titles are clear, then just keep scrolling, you know what I mean? But don't give up on the whole channel. So for those of you saying, are you going to meet with this person, that person, let me unsubscribe, that's what it's going to be. You can make the choice. You never know who's going to pop up or if I'm just going to be doing it myself, right? So having said that, last week, Kakoa Gon Tell It and I, we covered, we did like a messy YouTube street news, and we covered I think Stormy and Al Lofty's and Queen Sheba. We talked a little bit about 7th Avenue and Canvas Beauty. We answered some comments that were on our interviews, and then we talked about When Tay Talks and True Team. So that pretty much wrapped up all of the things that were going on last week. We didn't get too many responses. I think maybe there was one live stream or so done. Just so everybody knows, nothing is planned, nothing is premeditated, nothing is a plot to pull people's views. None of that is going on. We're literally just having fun. I'm the type of person where when I'm by myself, I'm very chill and laid back. Same with a man, but when I'm with my homegirls, I can get ratchet. Like I said, we hang out of car windows and and stay out in the wee hours of the night, sitting on the moon roof in the hood of cars, hanging out with boys. Very, very lighthearted, very girlish. So when you see me with other women, yeah, there's a different spirit. Can it be mean? Yeah, if I have some unresolved feelings, it'll come off as mean. But I think we've settled the score. I had some justice to get, and to do some reconciliation, right? Because that's where your karma is. You guys, don't be afraid to get justice, or what they call your lick back. Then that way you'll be so light, just in spirit and body, a lot of even extra weight that you're carrying, besides black women having undiagnosed eating disorders. I don't even want to get into the whole eating thing. But the blood type diet is pretty much most effective, right? But a lot of excess weight comes from carrying excess emotion, feelings, and just unspoken words. You know what I mean? So I hope through me, the ones who understand me truly, right, my spirit, which is that I'm mischievous. I'm not messy. I'm not a demon. I'm just mischievous, But I hope that you find your voice and find the courage to be your authentic selves as well, right? Because it'll be easier. It's much easier than struggling against, what you think you're supposed to be or whatever. So that's what I hope to inspire. Definitely based what the Inner Alchemist is on. I've been doing some I've been doing some not I don't want to say inner child healing, because I've always done healing, if that's what you want to call it, but I'm having this like lightness about myself when it comes to my adult life paralleling amongst women, right? Because to be honest, I've been nestled amongst men a lot. All of my support and protection for the most part has come from men. Women have raised me though, you know what I mean? But as far as like support and I don't know, giving me like esteem and rooting for me, it was men. And I'm sure some of them had their own motives, but it happened in that way for me nonetheless. But anyway, so as I come into this space, which is pretty much all women, I'm really just finding so many parallels in my childhood. And because I've healed those emotions, I kind of look back on it nostalgically, and it's funny. And I'm like, damn, you spent a lot of time crying over stories that were actually funny. Even just little things, and I just look back on it with such sweetness, and it lets me know that my inner child is truly healed, because now I know that it was never that serious. And I know a lot of us are still holding on to things from childhood. What I want to encourage you to do today is to find a place to exercise your inner child. You know what I mean? And for me, a lot of that has been this environment in a way. Like I said, a lot of situations parallel what I went through in childhood, and now it's like I'm having the responses the natural responses. You know what I mean? That's why, please, you guys, please do not dismantle my anger response. I'm not even angry for one. I'm just competing and playing the sport, and it's like, you get me, I'm gonna get you. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. And remember, all of this started with people picking on me. I was just over here reading the cards. I wasn't bothering nobody. But then I kept giving warning after warning after warning after warning, and they just would not stop. And so I had to jump off the damn porch. But when I was a kid, I used to get picked on too, and I would be provoked until I had to get off the porch and beat somebody up, and then I was the one who got in trouble. I was the one who was the blame. Now I don't know if it was colorism, I don't know what it is, but all I know is that I was the one to blame. And my mom was in and out. I was mostly with my grandmother. My mom is a Sag. My mom had my back, but my mom is a hothead. So if you tell her something, you better get ready for the whole shit to get burnt down. That's just what it's gonna be. But when you in a situation where you have to maintain relationships, and your mama is too inconsistent to be there while you maintain those relationships, no, you don't want her in there burning shit down and then go disappear, and then you just really left on an island by yourself. So for the most part, I didn't want my mom, and I didn't tell her anything. I didn't want her to jump in it, because I knew which way it was gonna go, and she just the type of mom that you don't call until it's unsalvageable. You know what I mean? When you ready for that shit to go for good, that's when you gonna call your mama. So she was like fucking my shit up because I wanted somebody to have my back, but it's like you were playing like girl games, and it's like girl fighting is so much different than boy fighting. You know what I mean? And girls do everything covert, sneaky, in your window, subliminal, pack mentality, all kind of stuff like that. Now, when you're fighting with girls and you come too direct, then it's always going to be a problem. And so if you have somebody with you to help you fight, they kind of have to tote that line with the girl fighting. But when you have somebody that ain't with all that politicking and fake shit, and they just come bulldoze the shit, then it's like, it's just different. It's different. And it's funny because, like, I've been sharing that book, Women's Inhumanity to Women. I've read books like Cinderella and Her Sisters, which is like about envy and envied. I've read so many books. I mean, I can't even really think of them, but those are the two that I've been flipping through, because I've just been observing the space and observing us women and how we interact with each other. And what I can say is that just be raw, just be immediate. Don't harbor, don't toss things around with other people. Trust your instinct. Have necessary conversations, only using the necessary amount of words, and be good with it. But it's a lot of harboring and suppression of voices in these spaces, and it's like this, it just needs a big purge. So I know everybody wants to sweep all the fighting under the rug, but really this stuff needs to be purged, you know what I mean? And it'll be such a lighter space, and I think everybody should just lighten up. Like, it's just not that serious, you know what I mean? But anyway, so like I was saying, please don't just rock with it, or don't, but don't tell me don't do this or don't be that or don't be bothered. Just mind your business. I know that's true in a greater sense of focus on your content, focus on your money, your work, your earning, focus on your business. That's one part of it, but my soul is my business. It's my life's work, and I just can't carry negative energy in what I do. I have to do that. So I have to get justice. I have to keep the scales balanced, and that's just something that you just guys have to understand. You know what I mean? I'm not petty, I'm not unreasonable, and I'm not taking it serious. I'm just enjoying myself, but I'm enjoying the freedom of not getting in trouble for being my bad self, or being mischievous, or fighting back, or, you know, popping those who pop me, whereas in the past I did. And so now that I'm free and I look back on it, I realized like it was all just funny, you know what I mean? But what wasn't funny about it was not being able to get in the game because I wasn't allowed to fight back, you know what I mean? And so I internalized that suppressed or oppressed competitiveness, or that aggression, or that anger, and it turned into sadness. And sadness is something that you're turning on yourself, as opposed to the external energy of turning it on the people who did it to you, you know what I mean? And so I live like that. I just rode the middle wave. And like I told you guys, I've been chastised by the Spirit. I know I've been purified, and I'm chilling. I'm in the best time of my life, and I'm free. You know what I mean? So there's no hostility, animosity, envy, takedown plots. I have opinions. I have ways that I view things. I share most of them with you guys, but the most serious of them, I really don't. I don't say all the things that I'm truly thinking, but I say enough that's not too gritty. You know what I mean? Not too gritty. Yeah, and I'm just happy with the way that I'm moving. I'm happy for the ability to heal my inner child through being my authentic self, you know what I mean? Whereas for the most part lately, I've been pretty much like just riding a wave, just not trying to ruffle the feathers, because as soon as the attention gets on me, either I'm going to be ostracized or looked after, or, you know, watched, and people going to like think things that ain't true, and just because it's a mysteriousness, because I'm not private, I just do my own thing. I've always been like that. That's not gonna never change. And people have always just, I don't know what people be like curious about. It ain't nothing to me. I'm basic, okay? I'm very basic. I'm just fun as hell, right? So anyways, that's my little tidbit. I'm celebrating my inner child, because I feel like I just found myself. You know, that self that's inside of you, that you, no matter what woman become, you feel like it's a piece of you that's missing. I found her, you know what I mean? And I found her, and I'm reunited with my soul. I'm reconciled with my entire being. The parts of myself that I suppressed, my dark side, my shadow side, my good side, my bad side, and I'm just expressing all that out in the open, because it's real. You know what I mean? My nerd side, my corny side, my dorky side, y'all gonna see it all. I'm very clumsy. I mean, y'all are gonna see it all. It's actually really funny. Yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I'm just in a very cool time in my life, and I'm just able to look back on my childhood and not feel the need to black anything out anymore, but just really see it like it was just funny, and you were just crying over things that were just funny. And I'm having fun with it now. You know what I mean? Anyway, so to celebrate that, I think I was going to make like I'm going to make an inner child healing kit. And it's going to have a reconciliation water to reconcile negative feelings, hurt feelings, broken relationships. It's going to have an emotional healing water, and it's going to have an inner child healing water. It's going to have a forgiveness balm. And there was one other balm. I gotta remember what it was. I can't remember right now. But it's gonna have 2 bombs and 3 waters, and it's gonna be $50. And it's gonna be my birthday special. Just celebrating a reconciliation of myself, bringing all my pieces together, and just it's just cool. It's just a cool ass time of life that I'm in. You know what I mean? And I'm so thankful. And listen, it was 40 years in the wilderness, though. I'm not gonna hold you. Shit, like goddamn, like is the work ever finished? And I think there's hope that there is. I don't think it's the destiny of black women to constantly be fixing on ourselves. I think the work can be complete. So I encourage you to complete your work. Start wherever you are. A lot of women hit me up. They have their businesses. They want to start their YouTube channel. You guys, don't be afraid to do that. I've done it and I failed. You got to build slow, just one step at a time. You guys see I'm building my stuff up now and publicly for all eyes to see the great transformation that is going to be taking place. But it starts with you being willing to take a step. You know what I mean? So if you guys have it in your mind that you want to speak your piece, start your business, earn your passive income, sell something. My cousin, has this dream of designing bedding for children. I'm like, just do it. Just start jotting it down and hanging out at the fabric store, and start to hang out with environment and things that look like the life you want. You know what I mean? From all the way down to your grocery store to your hobbies. When you purchase something for wealth, what are the ways in which you express wealth? And be specific. Do you want financial wealth? Do you want emotional wealth? Do you want spiritual wealth? Do you want health wealth? Be specific and imagine it really. And you gotta be specific about that shit. And I'm telling you, those products, they work, but you have to use them. You gotta be feverish about it. So anyways, that's my little opener that I wanted to share. Some things that have been going through my mind, and since I'm doing the YouTube news by myself, I thought I'd do my little monologue. Right now, like I said, there's no ill feelings. This news is objective, neutral. Everybody's making the cut. Okay, there's no bias, there's no favoritism, none of that, and there's definitely no hostility. I'm just going to cover this as objectively as possible, right? So 18 minutes in, and we are starting the YouTube street news. So this week opens up with a random beef between content creator Ebony DeBez and Empress Radio. Now, Empress Radio, Ebony DeBez, I believe, is a melometer. Empress Radio says that she is not a melometer, but she does a lot of covering of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and a lot of her content is very melody oriented, so it's very easy for her to be confused as a melometer. Now I'm wondering if this is like, if she's playing it like these niggas do. You know how they say we not together, but then they act like y'all together the whole time until they cheat on you, and then they say we wasn't together. Empress, is that what you pulling, girl? Are you treating this sector like street booty? What we need answers, girl. We need answers. So anyways, that's what Empress says. So I screen recorded some live streams, so I do have those text messages, but I understand that information is not trying to be regurgitated to the new YouTube streets. I assume that, because if so, the live streams would not have been taken down. But apparently there was some communication between Ebony DeBez and Melody Cherie's mother, Miss Van, that was then communicated to Empress Radio. So Empress Radio had Mad Day with Ebony DeBez, and from what I understand, and listen, don't hesitate to snatch my edges, pull my collar, drag me back, and sit me down, because I'm totally open to it, down in the comments, that is. But apparently Empress Radio heard from When Tay Talks channel, or the Gossip Girls channel. I don't want to keep saying Tay. Everybody hates Tay. I don't hate you, boo. But I'm just joking. But anyways, so apparently she learned through them that Ebony had secretly planned to strike her channel or something like that, and I think that's why she wanted to come out with these receipts against Ebony. Now, y'all know I view everything as a chessboard, right? Without me knowing any of them, this looks to me like somebody knocking somebody off the block. I just don't understand the relationship between the two. I don't understand how the exposure has to do with the threats of striking the channel. I'm just not able to make the correlation, but whatever the situation is, it seems like it was due to Mad Day. Moving right along. Now, okay, I gotta go in order because there was a lot going on, right? Now, let's start. We gotta take this back, y'all. We gotta take this back. We gotta start with Queen Sheba. Okay, let me tell y'all what's on the menu. What's on the menu is Marcella, Speak With Your Girl Marcella, Melody's live stream. She did a live stream about Melocon, and she did a live stream about motherless daughters. Tay Talks is on the docket. Misdiagnosis is on the docket. Journey to Jasmine, Queen Sheba is on the docket, and True T on Queen Sheba is on the docket. So that's the lineup that I have for today. So from that, I think it all spawned, or a lot of it spawned from Queen Sheba's live stream. So that's where I want to start. So there was a lot of going on, right? We got the beefing with Ebony and Empress. I think T-Talk With Your Girl may have gotten into it with somebody. I don't know if that happened before or after Queen Sheba's live though, so I can't really get there, right? So Queen Sheba hosts a purge. She's like, listen, everybody who got your beef, pull up, and the rules are you calling names, right? Calling names from the perspective of be clear about who you're talking about, not calling names, throw people under the bus. Jasmine. Jasmine, you need to quit playing, girl. You know you like me. You know I'm your karmic soulmate. Stop playing. Stop acting like you don't stand for me, okay? You know you do, because you were sneaking over here when your friends told you not to. So you know you mess with me. So stop acting like we got beef when we don't, okay? And stop snitching. Stop snitching on me. Why is you over there lying? But anyways, so she's having like this group roundup, and everybody's supposed to come and say, you know, who they're talking to, what they went wrong, and if there is a chance for reconciliation or not. So I think Pretty Brown Eyes came up and apologized to the space in general. Honestly, couldn't follow, wouldn't follow, didn't follow. But from what I understood of what I did hear of her, she was just basically making her peace, taking her accountability, and moving forward. Then True T, who is a larger content creator in the Love and Marriage Huntsville sector. She was in the news last week for getting into it with when Tay Talks. They were arguing over, rumors, reputation issues, things like that. She came on Queen Sheba's live for the first time. She said that she has never been on live stream, I guess hers or any others. I don't know. I kind of felt her spirit a little bit. I feel like she's shy. You know what I mean? I feel like she's shy. Yeah, and I think some people are misunderstood when they stay on their side of the tracks. One is because no matter what, by you just being yourself and being great at what you're doing, for some reason, trouble always finds you. Like I said, jealousy, envy. And two, I think she's shy. I think she's shy and sweet. But anyway, so she got up there and she very emphatically and emotionally discussed her disappointment with Tay Talks, or whatever feeling or emotion she had. She wasn't seeing it for Tay Talks and that shit that she feels like Tay Talks did, and she was not letting up. She then went on to add that, now this is what I took from this for as far as the context. So her reasoning that she feels that Tay Talks tried to discount her is because Tay Talks was jealous over some money with the GoFundMe. Now Tay Talks says she ain't pressed for nothing. That ain't the truth. So blah blah blah, and that's possible. It's not the truth, but I think that maybe True T was able to corroborate that, because she said that Tay Talks called Misdiagnosis crying about Melody super chatting Queen Sheba like $500, right, or something like that, right? Now I'm sure maybe as far as True T is concerned, and listen, I ain't speaking for nobody, this is my opinion, okay, of the situation, but I'm sure that she's corroborating a lot of things together to make a picture of, okay, you hating on some money, or you want some of this money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that because she had that knowledge about her, crying over doing an interview with Sharnita's World, and the next day Melody super chatting Queen Sheba, then she's talking about this GoFundMe money. Yeah, I'm sure that led to the conclusion that you must have been throwing shade because you were upset about some money. You know what I mean? Tay did a live stream on Friday night, and she said, no ma'am, that is not true. Nobody has any proof of that because, well, it's a lie. So got 48 hours to produce said proof of Tay crying on the phone with anybody about not getting money that Queen Sheba was getting, in spite of being asked to do an interview on Sharnita's World. She said she actually called said person about the channel strikes, and that she was talking about how Anthony Lofty's had struck her channel 5 times. You know what, nigga? You out of line. You out of line, Anthony. You need your ass. You need to catch the fade. Like, what is you doing? Like, what is you doing? But anyways, listen, he did me twice. He apparently did Brown Skin Girl twice, and he did When Tay Talks 5 times. Now, Tay Talks was saying, she was kind of piecing together, like, why would he get the information, then go put that on his community ball, and it sounded like she was suggesting that he was covering up in advance about where he got this information from as far as the doxing, but maybe she's thinking he been had it. When I saw him post that stuff on the community wall, I just thought he was saving face because he knew he was going to have to release everybody's channel strikes. And so to gaslight, he was saying, I just put the fake ones on there to get your info anyway, but really he just had to justify why, that happened. But apparently it's a little something deeper to the story. What that is, hold on, it is late night over here, but what that is, I don't know. So anyways, case in point though, Tay Talks was over there, and she vehemently denies complaining to anybody about any money, and challenges y'all to produce the proof. If the glove don't fit, you must acquit Tay Tay. Okay, now Tay Tay also suggested allegedly that Mark Scott and his new wife, Mark Scott is Marceau and Maurice's brother, who used to allegedly date Miss Van, which is Melody Cherie's mother. I'm definitely gonna be pulling cards on her, and if I see any heartbreak whatsoever, I know something. But anyways, apparently Tay Talks suspicious. She is suspicious that Mark Scott and his lovely wife are pulling a Charles and Miss Netta. Girl, she done said that the lady was a whole man. She didn't zeroed in on the hands, feet, toes, bosoms. She said it's a number ace bandage. And listen, she said that they trying to pull a Charles and Miss Netta. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think that Mark Scott married a man? Listen, let me know what you think of that. So yeah, so anyways, Queen Sheba had the segment with True T, and Tay Talks went up there and had her response. Unfortunately, there's no room for reconciliation, and honestly, I'm on the T Talk side. Just everybody stay in their own lane, but the problem is everybody shares subscribers, and so what the subscribers need to do, if you really like everybody, stop mass unsubscribing from people and then resubscribing and then unsubscribing. Everybody's always talking about how this is turning into the beef sector. Listen, this section is not better than the beef sector. The beef sector, they have a actual sisterhood. They all watch each other's content. They all get money together, even when they're beefing, right? Yeah, they do things like doxing, but apparently that happens over here as well, right? Back chat bullying, all that stuff. things over here are covert, things over there are out in the open, but they don't try to stop each other's bag and tear each other's channels down. They just bounce that shit around from creator to creator to creator, and even when they're ops, they're all a part of the same team. And over here, everybody's just busy tearing each other down, trying to stop each other from getting money, but you're doing it all behind the scenes. And that's the thing about like the lower class and poor class people always having to be the face of the degeneracy, but y'all are doing like much worse. You know what I mean? That's my serious public service announcement, because y'all are supposed to be upscale women, older women, religious women, church women, God-fearing women, and it's a lot of things that go on around here that are beefy, right? So why should the poor people have to wear it on the outside? I guess that's a choice though, right? So moving right along. Anyways, next up on Queen Sheba's live was Journey to Jasmine. Did y'all see my parody? What did y'all think of my acting skills? Y'all know I had them voices down pat. I was listening to them talk on my phone and my earphones, and I was repeating it as I was recording. So that's why it's a little bit of delay, but I cracked up so hard at that conversation. They voices, they inflections, they emotions. It ain't nothing going on. It ain't nothing going on. Everybody calm down. Now, listen, Jasmine basically wanted to know why Queen Sheba switched up the energy, and she was pretty much upset that Queen Sheba maybe used something that I said against her, and she was confused about why I came at her out of nowhere. Okay, so here's what I understand. Okay, Jasmine, one is, listen, I apologize because I don't feel like maybe you meant me no harm. The problem is that I had already clocked a lot of activity, at least 4 instances in your circle of passive aggressive covert things, and like I said, I wasn't gonna call them out because I don't want nobody to know how I caught them, because then they gonna switch up their moves. But trust me, I'm not slow at all. I'm watching you, so you can't be watching me, right? So I have been warning people to stay out of my channel with the bullshit. Now, when I finally clocked the people who was the content creators who was messing with my channel, I started to say in my videos that includes content creators too. You know what I mean? And that's it. So then you were the next content creator to come in my channel with the bull crap, and then the other person I called out was from other instances and things like that, and me just knowing that person or of that person. So that's why you got called out, and I didn't say anything to you. I said, man, it looks like you guys are trying to find for a reason to be mad. You came back later with some smart shit. I said, you know what, please go away. In case you didn't see the comment, I put it on the community wall. You want official notice, please go away, leave me alone. That's it. It was nothing else to it other than me being over it. You know what I mean? Now I realized that you were probably hurt because because nobody was trying to fuck with me, and you went off on your own to fuck with me because you was entertained and you wasn't following the crowd, because the crowd had been telling you that she's this, she's that, don't fuck with her, and you decided to anyway, and then it ended up being you that I got into it with. Now I think that that's really the deeper issue in the situation. You know what I mean? I think that maybe it kind of, you know, left you a little egg on your face because you did take that chance. You know what I mean? And maybe I disappointed you, you know, and you were standing alone. You wasn't going with the crowd who had already decided that I wasn't, you know, the one worth watching. So from that perspective, if that's how you feel, I totally understand that feeling. I stand by my decision. I stand by what I saw. And I don't know how to reconcile that. What I can tell you is that I feel like we have more in common than we think. You know, we really should be sitting together on live stream talking about the stars and astrology and things like that. Like I said, I feel like there's a karmic lesson between us, and I hope that it comes to that. But I'm just letting you know that I said what I said, I did what I did, and I left it alone. I'm not holding any ill feelings. If you're holding ill feelings, I think you should reconcile it, because that's all I have to say about it. You know what I mean? So anyways, her and Queen Sheba got into it, and I just felt like a lot of it was about me underlying. I don't know if it's like a thing where you know, my friend likes somebody else, and you know, women are territorial. I don't know what it is, or I don't know, you know, but what I can say is that, Jasmine, real friends tell you things like, you know, hey, you know, don't do this or don't do that, or do this. It's not about taking other people's side. The thing is, you're probably so boisterous that the real people in your life don't even bother to invest to tell you where you're wrong, because they don't want to go through that with you. So the people who do take the time to invest in telling you an honest opinion, or even standing up to you in any way, you should cherish those people. You shouldn't ice them out and feel hurt about it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that so you can behold friendships differently, because I'm like a Queen Sheba too. Like, not to say like that, but I'm a person that's gonna tell you straight up too, how I see it, and I'm not gonna tell you you right when you wrong, and I'm not gonna tell you you wrong when you right. But what I can tell you is taking your own accountability is your way out of every situation, right? So I feel like Jasmine wanted to paint a picture about Queen Sheba. Unfortunately, I did have a chance to watch Jasmine's live, and I feel like I feel like she got it in her head that something else was going on between them, and maybe something else was. I assume that she has other corroborating evidence, but from what she was expressing, she was definitely misunderstood. I've never talked to Queen Sheba. The extent of our relationship is that she supported me blindly with the situation with Anthony Lofty's. I don't have a lot of women sticking their neck out for me, so I was definitely appreciative of that, but I did not go into her space, because there's a lot of women, and usually, you know, it can get crazy when it's a lot of women around, and then no matter how low profile you try to be, eventually the attention is gonna be on you. I'm shy too. I really don't like attention, despite what people think, but yeah, so I tend to keep a distance. But you know, from here to there, hey, what's up, fist pump to you, thank you, have my back, and you stuck your neck out for me, you know what I mean? That's that. And that's that. You know, she gave me credit on one of her videos for talking about just a trait in her that I noticed in my aunties. And that's just, you know, that was just me just talking, you know, just talking my observation. So that's the extent of it. I don't have no relationship. I don't have nothing going on. So please don't think that. I mean, the only person I've talked to is the people that I've interviewed. We've chopped YouTube streets. Y'all know I talk shit. And like I said, I don't say every single opinion, because every single opinion ain't necessary. You know, some stuff is just gritty, and some stuff is like, okay, you could work with that, you could do something with that. So if I ain't saying nothing, you know, I'm just ain't gonna say certain things, you know what I mean? Yeah, so anyways, I feel like Jasmine, I hope that the things I'm saying gives you some peace in your heart, not to isolate yourself from the space, but not to say I'm over here, fuck y'all, everybody. Like, I don't feel like you should go away. I feel like you should stay. I feel like you should understand that you misunderstood some things, and maybe you understood some things, but I'm just here to tell you that I'm not in your way at all, and I hope that you don't isolate yourself because you feel misunderstood, or I don't know, you feel shut down, or you know, demeaned in any way. Listen, nobody owes their platform for you to demonstrate your brilliance. If you want to teach, you want to show what you can know, then do that on your channel. But when you come to somebody else's house, they are the authority, they're the host, they're the one who knows it all at their house. You know what I mean? You have to learn that basic etiquette. You know what I mean? Nobody has to share the stage, share their shine. Nobody has to give you shine. People are running businesses, and you just have to respect that. That's why they say multiple women can't live in the same house. It's kind of that thing. But if you would use your own channel to teach or do what you expected but to give you the room and space to do, which is speak and learn and teach people, then do that on your own channel. But I think you need to be mindful that Queen Sheba is a woman too. She has feelings too, and I feel like your move was kind of hurtful. Not necessarily to her, but just from a woman's perspective, being challenged in your own house in front of thousands of people, and somebody's like making it that you're somebody that you're not, because they misunderstand something about a whole nother person. And I just don't think that was cool. And I think you owe Queen Sheba an apology for that. And maybe an olive branch, maybe some flowers even. But yeah, Anyways, let's move forward, right? Let's move forward. So in Op News, in Op Nation, they got some good up and coming content creators over there. So my Melometer side, content creator of the week, month, year, for me, I rock with show style and spirit right now. I feel like she gets the news. I feel like she breaks it. She doesn't give too much of her opinion. I can just cut straight through to the chase. And sometimes I'm not looking for people's opinion because I want to be able to form my own, but I do need the tea. So she definitely has the tea verbatim. She posts the clips. So that was my channel that I was watching for the week as far as Love and Marriage Huntsville news. Now in Op Nation, they got some rising stars over there too. Now, they have a channel called In Touch with E. She's been making content of all varieties. She's very, very good. She's similar to me, like a true T. She has like that ironic sense of humor. She has that monotone, heavy, breathy voice. And listen, she makes some good points. So that's In Touch with E. Another channel that I've been watching is called Unpopular Opinion Podcast. Now, I've been hesitant to share people's channel because I know that people like to attack people just from what I've been through. And I don't know if people exactly want that. But I mentioned her channel because she's doing character profiles on the cast members, and she did a workup on Marcel. He dropped down in her comments and told her she was spot on. She did a workup on Destiny Payton. Destiny actually mentioned her on her Mental Monday live stream, and her therapist want to highlight the Unpopular Opinion Podcast. So there's great potential there with that channel. Now, Marcella the queen op. Marcella is just too cute with them bedroom eyes, but Marcella was over there getting the whole tea wrong. And her facial expressions and this lady was glowing, and she was saying this shit all wrong. It took everything in me not to drop down in that chat. But anyways, I'm the type of person, if I can't drop in everybody's, I'd rather drop in nobody's, except somewhere ducked off quiet, where I'm listening to something quiet. But listen, these chats be super damn funny. So Marcella was reporting on the beef that was going down between I think she reported on Ebony and Empress, but she also reported on Tea Talk with Your Girl. Now, for some reason, I think that the ops have been like targeting or focused in on Tea Talk with Your Girl. What is the beef there between them? Because she seems to be the one. Now, allegedly, there was a call put in for a content creator to stop dragging some of the melometers, but I guess Tea Talk, okay, let me be specific. So Tea Talk with Your Girl heard the live stream, or heard where Tay Talks was offered the chance to interview Sharnita's World, and Tea Talk was like, wait a minute, I asked Don to get me that interview because I'm covering the show the most. And she pretty much cheesed me off and told me she was going to get back to me. I never heard anything. But come to find out, it was offered to Tay. Then she said that Misdiagnosis, I believe, was dragging a lot of the content creators. And there was a call, and y'all can correct me when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong. There was a call put in to Misdiagnosis to lay off of a lady named Chit Chat. Now, Chit Chat was the only one that was told to get laid off of. So, Tea Talk with Your Girl is like, wait a minute. I'm out here taking all these hits, all these bullets. I'm out here swinging and banging all through these streets, and this is who you protect? And then she's like, and then I asked for this interview, and y'all ignored me and put me off, and then you went and tried to give it to her? So, she's having this reckoning like, what am I doing all this for? I need answers, and until I get them, I don't have nothing else to say on here. Y'all can take care of your damn selves. So she pretty much walked off the job. This is like the post office. I feel like this sector is like working at the post office. My homegirl working at the post office. I'm like, wait a minute, this just happened to the people at the post office. So anyway, she walked off the job and she said, get the union. You know, I'm gonna be the union. Queen Sheba, y'all be HR. Or should I be employee relations? Or should I be employee relations? Who should I be? I don't know. Listen, but we gonna have to have management, HR, the unions, the supervisors, and the line workers. Like, we need some organization on these YouTube streets. So anyway, she walks off the job, but before that, HR Queen Sheba intervened, and and Chit Chat also went up to talk to her. Damn, I had it on the tip of my tongue what they had said to her, but from what I understand, they was listen. It seemed like they was trying to calm the situation down, bring some clarity. I recorded it, but I really can't remember in my mind right now what was said. Tisk. I do have it recorded though, but I just don't remember. I don't know why I don't remember. I'll be writing notes. Damn. But anyway, so they went up there. She still wasn't having it, or at least she deleted the live, which was good enough, and she ain't talking, which is good enough for everybody. You know what I mean? That's the goals right now. Is for some of this beef to die down. That's why I was so hesitant this week. I was like, should I even do the YouTube streets? Because I don't want to flare up things, but don't you want a place where you can find a little bit about everything in one spot, just in case you missed anything, or just in case, like, you know, or even channel promotions? Like, don't you guys want to? Yeah, I just want to provide that when I can. I had a slow week this week, so I had time. So anyways, so T Talk said, listen, I need some answers, and I don't even think she wanted the answers directly. I think she put out an order for Don to go back to Queen Sheba and have a conversation about her or something like that. So listen, I don't know how that's gonna end up, but I do know that she was recently at Mel's concert, Melody's concert, right? And I think she took pictures with Melody and her mom. I think she even said she rode with them. And so listen, she like, hold on, the math ain't mathing. Like, what's really going on? She's like, I'm getting pics like a fan at a Chris Brown concert, and these people getting a check. You know, what we really doing? You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. What I can say is, like I tell you when it comes to sleeping with niggas, do something because that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? And take your own accountability for doing what you want to do. If you doing something you don't want to do, yeah, you gonna have resentment. You know what I mean? So it sounds like you need to get right with where you're coming from, right? So anyways, Marcella was over there reporting all the news wrong. I don't know what she was listening to Melody on her thing. Let me clear it up for you. Melody said her family used to be banging in the streets and she had to stop them, so there's no excuse. You can't stop your family. Marcella said something that wasn't that. That wasn't that at all. She got a lot of stuff wrong when she was covering the beef, you know, because they getting a kick out of this. And Wanda, she carrying it to her live stream and her audience and different platforms. They is making the MELOMETERS the stars of the show. So listen, Mel, don't you got Nubian TV? Why don't you make you a show called the MELOMETERS? Listen, pull out a couple people and y'all get active. But I mean, listen, y'all gotta welcome the little back and forth, not beefing, not anger, but not hurt feelings, not being treated unfairly, but turn it into a show, I guess, a production, because y'all content now at this point. So anyways, listen, I wasn't going to do the content because I'm friends with a lot of MELOMETERS. There's some good people, but I'm like, the ops is doing it. So before I let the ops slurp it up, I'm going to slurp up a little bit myself now. So that's why I'm doing this YouTube news, right? Now, lastly on the docket was Melody's 2 live streams. So she canceled an event called MeloCon. Now, I'm confused. Is MeloCon the same thing as Mimosas with Melody? I was like hearing 2 different things. Is Mimosas with Melody part of MeloCon? What's the connection there? But anyways, she apparently said until all this drama is slowed down, until y'all stop snitching on each other and putting these receipts out about my manager and my mama, we ain't having shit. Okay? because y'all fighting. I don't know who's starting shit with who. I don't know who the mamas is getting close with, who the managers is getting close with. I don't know. I don't know who's close with who, but it's a lot of triangulating going on. It really is. And listen, she said until y'all figure it out how to dead this shit, how to keep these skeletons in the closet where they belong, how to stop giving the ops information, then we ain't gonna be talking. But I do got a 40 plus 10% off sale. And hit me up. I was listening to some of her lives though. She been telling like her storyline to her products and stuff like that. So that's been over there. I do want to make another suggestion, because you said you be in these streets. You be in these streets. You better be listening to me too. I would switch up the name of my flavors. Like instead of saying like orange burst or blueberry blah blah blah, say something like mandarin lime or rhubarb and fig or sage and rosemary. Go that route. I think it'll be better. I think it'll add to the maturity and elegance of your brand, because I think you can go all the way, especially with the type of reviews you be getting. I'm like damn near a believer. So that's what I think you should do next, is have that kind of line. You know what I mean? Maybe not such bright colors, but maybe something more neutral. Yeah. Anyways, just a suggestion. I always just looking for things to see. I don't know. I just like seeing things. I'm just like that type of stuff. I like clothes. I like hair. I like shoes. I like makeup. I like looking at things like that. Anyway, so that's my suggestion of the week. So she canceled her event. Then she did a live stream about motherless daughters. I don't know if this is a forum that she's going to start or a conversation. What I'd like to add to that is the other side, which is daughters of narcissistic mothers, because there's two sides. You know, it's just the motherless daughter thing. It leans a lot on the single parent thing. You know what I mean? You know how every time something goes on in the black community, it's because the boy came from a single parent household. It's the same thing. Every time a woman has issues with another woman, it's because she don't have a mom and she didn't have love and all that old shit. What I'm suggesting is that talk about daughters of narcissistic mothers. Add that to it, because I feel like it's too much haves and have-nots. And obviously I feel in the middle, because I had both. You know what I mean? I had my mom and I didn't. So I see both sides of it, but it's everything is blamed on the have-nots, when the haves is the one bringing all the emotional baggage into the world and trying to blame it on the have-nots. So stop highlighting the have-nots. Stop highlighting the motherless. Stop highlighting the fatherless, and start highlighting the people who had parents, both fathers and mothers, that were emotionally immature, abusive, and narcissistic, because them is the ones that's wreaking havoc on the motherless and the fatherless. Like let's get into it. If you really want to have this talk, let's get into it. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. Anyways, I feel like her live stream was cool. I think that she should start to get more into conversations and open herself up, because she seemed like she have a lot to say and of a strong opinion that might have some substance and might not just be like this TV personality. You know what I mean? So I definitely look forward to seeing more of your soul. I'm learning you. I watched you through the lens of the show. Now I'm watching you through the lens of the woman, and I'm learning you. You know what I mean? So that's I look forward to seeing a lot of you unfold and unravel. Yeah. So listen, that's my YouTube street news. Anthony Lofty's Nigga, where you at? He been MIA. His name been popping in the streets. I'm not gonna hold you. That name been ringing. We want to know where you at with it. What you hiding? Cause I know your ass is up to something. You know what I mean? That's one of them slick niggas when it get quiet in the room. Is them legs in the air? I did read something about your ass on Lipstick Alley. Anthony Lofty's, was you pretending to be Andy Cohen's boyfriend? Listen, I done fucked around and found Love and Marriage Huntsville Lipstick Alley. I swear I'm not getting into it. I swear I'm not. But see, y'all got me on a rabbit hole now. You know, now I'm, because now I'm like, what the hell is going on? I didn't even know this shit existed. Anyways, I don't even know if that was what I was reading or if I was reading an actual news article, but listen, I read something and it said that you was out here claiming that you was Andy Cohen's lover, but you ain't never produced no receipts. Now you got everybody on recording. Now you got all these receipts. You said you got a file in the arsenal, and you ain't got no way to prove that you was dealing with that white man. You got 48 hours to respond, nigga. I need answers. Anyways, listen, tell me what you guys think about this YouTube news. Tell me if you like the longer style with the co-host, or if you don't mind me just covering it myself. Let me know what you think about the topics. Correct me on the wrong information I had. And listen, if I got this shit right, I'm gonna need y'all to give me my goddamn props and say, yes, you are on point. You're on point. Look out for my inner child healing birthday bundle. Y'all know I'm a Gemini. It's Gemini season. I think it's going to be coming out maybe towards the end of the month. But I'm offering 3 alchemizer waters and 2 manifestation bombs. But they're all focused on healing, on emotional healing, inner child healing, forgiveness, reconciliation, and so forth. So it's going to be totally different packaging. To celebrate my birthday month and to celebrate the return to my original self. You guys have to understand how beautiful this is. You know what I mean? It's just such a I wish it for you all. I really do. I really do. You know what I mean? I'm reconciled to myself, and it's beautiful, and I wish that for everybody. And I'm sharing with you my process through the Inner Alchemist. So check me out there on Etsy. Hope you guys enjoyed this video breakdown. And guess what? I'll see you guys next week for the new YouTube news. If you have some tea or news or channels that you want discussed, you could drop me a tip in my email. I think that's I don't know. I've never ever sent a DM on Instagram except for twice maybe in the past, but I'm not a Instagram user is what I'm trying to say. I don't be on there like that. I'm gonna be branching out, but I haven't got there yet. I'm just not I don't watch TV. I don't look at pictures. I just can't, I'm a reader. You know what I mean? So I was more of a Twitter person back in the day. But anyways, listen, when I'm on Instagram, I'm looking at home decor, hair, and clothes. You know what I mean? Yeah, shit like that. But anyways, drop your tips if you even channel promotion, whatever you want in the video, let me know. If you guys are on board with this and are in agreement with having fun and lightening up over here. Apparently the show may successfully be torn down. So if so, what we gonna do next? Right? I think we all are should be planning our next moves and content. So let's get creative with it. And y'all know y'all was bored anyway, right? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to smash that like button, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.